So, I've completed Horizon Zero Dawn at 100% completion, went for the DLC and even tested it in the New Game Plus mode. Now, I am here to tell you whether this game still shines in today's gaming industry or if it's just a relic of the past. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Story is one of the strongest aspects of the game. Guerrilla Games has done a great job. It is gripping, well written, it is just an amazing experience. This game has everything that a good single player story game needs to have. It has strong emotional moments, unexpected plot twists, relatable characters, and so on. Personally, I really enjoyed the story. The story begins with a little girl named Aloy and a man called Rost. Rost is Aloy's father, and both of them live as outcasts in the wilderness of Sacred Lands. That's because Rost's tribe, called Nora, outcasted them, and they are forced to live outside the tribe. However, Aloy wants to know why, so she is looking for the answers. She decides to go to the Nora to look for them. However, she is an outcast, so no one will talk to her. But there is a way for her to get the answers. It is a trial called Proving. When she succeeds, she will become part of the tribe and get all the answers she seeks. I'm not going to continue, because I do not want to spoil anything. Don't worry, this is just a very beginning of the game's story. Quests are really nice, I enjoy doing most of them. Some of the side quests even have their own story, just like in the Witcher games. Sometimes, even 2 or 3 side quests were following the same story. This is something that I loved when I was playing Horizon. When I was doing side quests, I didn't feel any kind of repetition or something like that. It seems to me that every quest had something to offer. On the other hand, main quests are mostly about exploring and getting to know the story, but they are not only about this, they also possess quite a lot of combat. Speaking of combat, combat in Horizon is excellent. There are plenty of possible ways to fight. You can be a sneaky bastard that's killing everyone quietly, like a shadow, or you can be the biggest badass and start shooting at everything that moves. To be honest, the stealth approach is much more successful than the badass one, because it made it tricky to kill enemies face to face, especially if there are many of them and not just a single enemy. What I really like about Horizon's combat is that it involves an element of strategy. You need to think before you start fighting. You have many options to choose from. There are many types of guns, traps, and also you have a huge advantage. You can override machines. This will help you in the combat. What is more, every machine has its unique weak point that you can find and use it to your advantage. Every machine except the fucking sawtooth. I wasn't able to exploit any weaknesses of this son of a bitch. Horizon is an RPG, so upgrading Aloy is a necessary part for the game and must not be forgotten about. Aloy can be upgraded not only by buying new gear and leveling up, but you can also unlock new skills with skill points. You will earn 1 skill point after each level up and after completing certain quests. They are divided into 3 different sections in the regular game, and if you purchase DLC Frozen Wilds, you will receive an additional section of skills. Horizon is an open world game. The world is huge and filled with the various activities, from destroying vending camps to finding collectibles and taking down machines. I recommend doing all the activities because they will reward you with a huge amount of XP and resources. I don't think that I've ever played a game that rewards exploration and collectible finding as much as Horizon does. Here's what I mean. When you collect a specific amount of collectibles, you can take them to a merchant interested in buying, and he will trade them for some useful items. This trade might not provide you with extremely overpowered weapons or an enormous amount of resources, but it can be helpful. What is also great is that you don't need to search for these collectibles randomly. You can purchase a map from a merchant, and once you buy it, all the collectible locations will automatically appear on your map, making it easier to aim for 100% completion run. Like in every open world game, the map is hidden. To uncover it, you need to find tallnecks. Tallnecks are machines that are harmless unless you are an idiot and go right under their legs. I think we should move on. When you climb a tallneck, you can override it and the entire region will be revealed. But reaching the tallneck might be challenging, because they are often surrounded by various types of enemies. However, with enough patience and tactical approach, you can reach the bottleneck without engaging in the combat. To be completely honest with you, the graphical aspect of Horizon Zero Dawn looks amazing. Textures are sharp and everything looks great. This level of quality can also be attributed to the audio and optimization. Game runs smoothly, I rarely experience any FPS drops or similar issues. The game is perfectly optimized and the developers have clearly put a lot of effort into it. As for bugs, I haven't encountered many. The most common issue was that some creatures occasionally yeeted from the ground after being killed, but this only happened a few times, so it is okay. So I believe I've expressed my opinion throughout this review, but to summarize this up, this game is fantastic. I believe this game is still up to date. Graphics looks amazing, gameplay is rewarding and tactical, game world is not empty, exploring is well designed and so on. I believe that Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the best AAA games of this genre. This review might make seem Horizon like a flawless game, without mistakes, but it's not. There are some minor problems. One of the most significant problems is with the facial expressions of the characters. Sometimes they didn't look very natural, and they didn't appear very real. Given that Horizon features a lot of dialogues and various characters, this aspect can ruin the overall experience a little bit. Another thing that bothered me was the main quest line. Not the quests themselves, but the travel involved. Let me explain. Horizon map is a huge, and at times it felt like one quest sent me to one location, while another quest sent me to the other side of the map. This left me surprised and sometimes even annoyed, but isn't a major issue, it's only annoying. Overall, I enjoyed this game and I would definitely recommend it to anyone seeking a single-player game with a good story and combat. I've spent 59.3 hours on the first run and achieved nearly 100% completion, so it tells something about the quality of Horizon. I would rate this game 10 out of 10. Those mistakes on this game are merely minor and they don't ruin the overall experience a lot. So, this game is still relevant and it definitely shouldn't be forgotten about. It holds its own even among popular and newer games like Elden Ring or Starfield, and even now it is something to show us. Basically, the DLC is exactly like the main game, but it's smaller. I definitely recommend buying. Although the story is a little bit less gripping than the main game's story, but it's still nice. I would give this DLC 8.5 out of 10. It is very nice DLC. So now, after you've seen this review, I have no idea why you haven't bought the game yet and why the fuck are you still watching this stupid video.